In modern society, it is a sad fact that many elderly parents feel a gradual loss of respect from their children. As they grow up, children have their own jobs, their own relationships, and often, family ties gradually fade. The elderly, who used to be the pillars of the family, are sometimes seen as a burden or just a supporting character in their children's lives. But is this an inevitable part of the times, or is there a way to regain the respect and love they deserve? The changing times and generation gap. Society is always moving and changing, leading to changes in the thinking and lifestyle of each generation. In the past, respecting parents and grandparents was considered an immutable morality. But today, when children grow up in a world full of pressure and new standards, family relationships are also strongly affected. Many parents feel that their children no longer listen to their advice, or even become distant or indifferent. But is it entirely the children's fault? Or are communication styles, high expectations, and unresolved conflicts sometimes contributing to this gap? Respect cannot be forced, it must be built. Respect is not something that can be demanded or imposed. A child may obey his or her parents when he or she is young out of fear of punishment, but as an adult, respect can only come from recognition. If parents want their children to treat them with respect, they must first ask themselves, what have I shown my child that is worthy of respect? In the past, parents may have been the ones who taught their children, cared for them, and sacrificed everything for their children. But now, if parents only live in the past, constantly talking about past sacrifices without trying to adapt to the present, they can unintentionally make their children feel pressured instead of grateful. How to regain respect from children. 1. Change the way you communicate. Listen instead of criticizing. When children share their opinions, parents should listen with openness, instead of immediately refuting or imposing their thoughts. An equal dialogue is always more effective than an argument. Avoid complaining too much. If every conversation revolves around complaining about life, health, or comparing children to others, children will gradually avoid it. Instead, find positive topics to talk about. Respect your children's personal space. When children grow up, they have their own lives. Don't interfere too much or demand that they spend all their time with you. 2. Live a meaningful life instead of just existing. An elderly person can still be a source of inspiration for their children. Instead of sitting around and waiting for attention, take the initiative to find joy in life. Join clubs, learn new things, connect with friends. When parents have a rich life, their children will look at them with different eyes, not pity but respect. 3. Integrate into your child's world. Generation differences cannot be erased, but they can be narrowed. Learn about your child's work, hobbies, and even learn how to use social media or the technology they are using. This not only helps parents understand their children better, but also makes them feel that their parents are still part of the modern world. 4. Don't turn love into pressure. Many parents always expect their children to repay them in the way they want. To call every day, to visit often, to do as they please. But love cannot be forced. Let your children express their feelings in their own way. When parents respect their children's space, children will learn to respect their parents. Conclusion: respect is a two-way journey. Regaining respect from children is not an easy task, nor is it the responsibility of one person alone. It is a journey that requires understanding, patience, and change from both sides. Elderly people are not only experienced, but can also be inspirational. When they live positively, openly, and constantly develop themselves, their children will not only love them, but also truly respect them. And when they have that respect, family relationships will become stronger than ever.